Welcome to Dr. Rajkumar IAS KS Academy for Civil Services. With regard to, we are here to have an orientation with relate to sociology as an option for civil services. Why a student should aspire to pick sociology as an option for civil services. I generally used to say, be it any option, a student has to look into certain criteria based on which they have to choose an option. In that, if you see, this time taken is an important one and time saved. These two are two important aspects, like one can see to themselves, time taken and time saved. So a student preferring an option, there the time taken to master that subject for civil services, coupled with the time what they are going to save in their GS preparation. That is, how far a particular subject will have its reflection in GS. So that is what this time taken and time saved criteria, which is very, very important. That is closely linked to the criteria subject matter and its understanding. See, most of the students, while picking an option, randomly some pick, some think that I like this topic, they are fascinated right from their childhood, hearing a particular thing, I want to study that. So likewise they go pick. Is it the right way? See, the more important thing here is, by studying an option here, we are not going to get any degree. Nobody is going to give us any degree, though we study more than a master's degree of any subject. But they are not going to provide us a degree. It's not going to be of any tangible proof that we are going to have that we studied such an option. And we cannot write any exam based on it separately also. But what is more important here with regard to this is, studying an option, how much mark will I get in UPSC? That's more important. For that, these criteria has to be put in mind. So how much time am I saving by studying this subject, and whether this subject is, I can make myself familiar with this subject. So putting together all these three, I will be saying the very subject matter of sociology, if we get into, we can understand what is sociology. Subject matter of sociology, if you see, it's nothing but, as a sociologist, C. Wright Mills says, sociology is nothing but sociological imagination. You look into the reality, but start having an imagination from a sociological perspective, society's perspective. We do things normally. Why do we do it? Why this society does it like that? Why it is done like this means we consider it as a matter of respect in India. And namaskar is a matter of respect in India. Handshake is a matter of respect in Europe. And doing like this is a matter of respect in Islamic countries or Islamic tradition. What makes the difference? Why people assume it? Someone we are seeing doing like this, we happen to see some connection he may have with India. We think like that. It's a matter of respect. It may have, because the land, the area, the society induces certain culture. Same way, be it our attire, eating in hands. Why some prefer eating in hands? Why some prefer eating differently? What difference does it make? Why these things are done? Everybody can justify by saying this is only correct, that is only correct. Here, leave science apart. Though sociology is a scientific study, but leave science apart, generally saying, the society's influence on a man in every activity what we do, the way we think, that is sociology. Be it marriage, kinds of marriage, a recently held marriage. 2-3 days back, we happened to look into a paper news where in Himachal Pradesh, Hatti tribe, a lady marrying two brothers in the same a marriage, a polyandry, fraternal polyandry. We call it fraternal polyandry. She is marrying two. We can see, how is this possible? Why is it so? But those societies, why polyandry is there in certain societies, like the Todas of Nilgiri or Hattis of Himachal, or some tribes of Nishi tribes of Arunachal. Likewise, some tribes, some groups polyandry there. Some groups polygyny there. Many tribes polygyny there. Some prefer monogamy. Why is it so? And today, why the modern society living is considered normal? Why? Analyzing those things what we are living with, seeing, analyzing in a more organized way. That is sociology. Having a sociological imagination to an act. So sociology subject matter, as I say, is now very clear that what we are involved in. Sociology subject matter is nothing but what we are all involved in. Day in and day out, we live with sociology without realizing that it is sociology. Because we don't think in an organized way why we do something, why others do this particular way. When we understand that, then it is obvious enough that it is sociology. So subject matter is absolutely not alien when it comes to sociology. When subject matter is easy, time taken to master it 100% won't be tough. 3 to 4 months of coaching, proper guidance, with appropriate materials, I can assuredly say it's not a problem for anyone. And sociology, another one important thing about sociology, one can say that I got a service out of sociology, and or one can say sociology did not pull me down in a service, at least I got an average mark. Sociology, average mark, mostly assured. Intentionally we want to get less, I can't help, nobody can't help. But if we write sensibly, little bit also, yes, an average mark we will be getting it. Finishing the paper, sensibly writing, we will get an average mark in sociology. Because the subject matter is something what we live with. So it's not very tough to understand sociology. Multiple perspectives we are going to see. That's it with regard to sociology as a subject. So the subject matter here, along with the time taken, we can see like 3 to 4 months of proper guidance. Steady with proper guidance and understanding, I can assuredly say we can have a grip over the subject. Not at all a problem. And apart from it, time saved. There comes the bigger thing. The time saved with regard to sociology, if you see, numerous topics. See, I am not going to put before you every topic, but here if you see sociology, paper 1. There is a topic called modernity and social change in Europe. Modernity and social change in Europe and emergence of sociology. This is a topic. Within the topic, we study how sociology, why modernity emerged in Europe, what kind of modernity it was. French Revolution's contribution, Industrial Revolution's contribution, American Revolution's contribution. These, along with the Renaissance, all these we are going to study. That is sociology paper 1. Why sociology was very first topic. If you see here in GS, you find the Industrial Revolution, French Revolution as a separate topic in GS1 paper. It is there. And not only that, I will even throw before you the questions that are asked. You see here, Europe was the first and the only place where modernity emerged. This question 2021 asked in sociology paper 1. You take this here, GS paper 1, explain how the foundations of modern world were laid by the American and French Revolution. Actually matter, here you are not going to write the word sociology, but content you are going to write the same. Same to same. So we are, that intermingling is very much there. See, this Marx Weber, the study we are saying, yes, lot of topics with regard to Marx is there, historical materialist methodology and all will be there. But if you see here, the quotes of Marx, what we are going to study, taken up and asked in essay also, quotes of Hegel. Without studying Hegel, we won't study Marx. That is again taken up and asked in exam. See, 4th paper, contribution of moral thinkers and philosophers. 4th paper, ethics. There also, these are all important. If you see, do you agree with Max Weber's idea that bureaucracy was potential to become, has the potential to become an iron cage? So iron cage of bureaucracy, that what he used to say. It's like a parrot living in a golden cage. So that is what Max Weber used to say with regard to bureaucracy. Why he says and all is his analysis. Though he is positive about bureaucracy, but yet he uses. So can we justify their asking a question? If you say here, GS paper 4, Max Weber said that it is not wise to apply public administration sort of moral and ethical norms we apply to the matters of personal concerns, it is important to realize that the state bureaucracy might possess its own independent bureaucratic morality. Critically analyze this statement. Nothing but having a morality of its own is bureaucracy. Because having that only, we end up in iron cage of bureaucracy. A bureaucrat ends up like that without having that too much rationality, without emotion. Here, both are actually related, straight away related to each other. Both questions resemble each other. This is again an important aspect. If you see, elaborate the concept of, see the question straight to straight. Constitutional morality, Ambedkar, 2018, sociology question. Very next year, 2019, constitutional morality, GS they have asked. Same to same. Likewise, we can quote a lot of questions. If you see here, these are again lot of questions we can quote here. So, GS related, then essay topics you see, essay topics, as I was saying to you, essay topics. If you see here, the real is rational, rational is real, 2021 essay question. Without teaching Hegel, I told to you, we won't teach Marx. Even Marx's statement has been asked. The history repeats itself first as tragedy, second as farce. Marx statement, essay asked. We are going to study Marx as a big thinker in sociology. And Hegel is also being studied in sociology. Concepts like equality, poverty, why poverty, what is the difference between poverty and inequality or connection between them. Then deprivation and poverty, what is the difference between them. All this stuff we are going to study. These are all the definitional issues coupled with the understanding of reality. Essays. Numerous times questions asked, social issues, numerous questions asked on this. So these are all how that, so with this paper 2, if you see, land reforms related question, explain how land reforms brought about desired agrarian transformation. This is sociology paper 2. Paper 2, impact of colonial rule in society. Topic is there. In GS1, modern Indian history with the middle and the 18th century until the significant until the present, significant events, personalities, issues. This is first paper topic. If you see here, land reform question asked, critically discuss the objectives of Bhudan and Gramdan movement. First of all, why Gramdan came, why Bhudan came, what is the necessity for it, and explain how land reform brought about desired agrarian transformation. How in India agrarian transformation happened. What did we do for it? And here, discuss the objectives of Bhudan and Gramadan. And initiated by him, it has a relation with each other, though not exactly the same, but a very closer relation with each other. What are all the measures we took? See, one was a pure Marxian socialist idea of taking over the land. We went for a mixed economy, inducing people to give their land, submitting their land, excess land, Bhudan movement, Gramdan movement. So these things happened. How it enabled in landless people getting the land, and how we were able to bring in, and what are the lacunas in it. We are going to see, as simple as that, connections that is there. So this is again, if you see here, sociology again, that's same to same. So putting together, what I can safely say is that sociology here, putting together, I can safely say 30 to 30, very conservatively 30%, liberally 40% I can say. GS 4 papers along with essay, 40% sociology will cover, and conservatively, if I have to take, at least I will say 30% it will cover. So the good indulgence between GS and sociology is there. So it will save very valuable time of you by taking sociology. Every subject has its own value. Sociology, I can assuredly say conservatively 30%, regularly 40%, sometimes above, it covers. So you study this, you need not even bother about studying few topics of GS where easily you can go and write. In fact, you will have more knowledge. You have to cut short few and write. That is what you have to do. So that way it becomes very easier for you. Last point, what I have put before is that trend. Why should I see UPSC trend, sir? UPSC themselves have put people from which topic, which year, how many people from which subject cleared. If you see here, consecutively, this is all UPSC data from UPSC website. The 2018, 20, this one. The success rate, if you see, there won't be less than 10%. So 10% would be there with all the time. So sociology, 10% is there. So if you will be seeing, see the 71st report, again sociology, 10%. So average 10 above, sometimes 9. So 9 and above. And number of people writing, you see, 1,200 odd people. Out of it, 10% finally come in, success rate comes for 10% of the people. But if you take other options, that would be very less. The number of people clear as compared to sociology, the success rate will be very less. The reason is that sociology will not pull you down as an option that you got low mark, so you didn't get service. At least an average mark you will get. But sociology can also be a service winner for you. So this is easy to garner this understanding of sociology. That's not a big deal. As subject matter of sociology is not that what we all have. See, this is what neither the life of an individual nor the history of a society can be understood without understanding both. See, right means what I said. See, if you want to understand an individual action without where he comes from or what idea of his society, or without understanding his society, we cannot understand him. We cannot say we have understood him. So it makes the whole lot of a difference. So which place, how they eat, whatever they do, the society and societal norms have a reflection with the person. So that is the subject matter. And UPSC trend also we have seen that it has a wonderful track record. Sociology has, lot of toppers have come with sociology as an option. So sociology is one of the safest bets one can have with regard to an option in civil services. No other go about it. So one can have a safest bet. That with regard to sociology, they can have. Every subject has its benefit. Sociology has is to be considered one of the safest bet with the record what it has provided. Okay, so this is about sociology as an option for sociology, for civil service. Sorry, for civil services. So civil service means, even in fact, that can help us in certain GS prelims questions also. It may help us. Reason is, some issues when we understand an analytical question comes in prelims, that too from a social aspect, we can easily get a grip over that. We can analyze it properly. So that analysis also it helps. So overall, it is one of the most safest option for any aspirant who is serious enough to clear this exam. Okay. So with this, I wind up my orientation and thank you all, and let us meet in class soon.